What up? Back at it one more time with another video. Still on the tire side, been running around a little bit. Hopefully everybody's faring pretty good. Decided to go in and do freight market run, see how things go. Still in open beta 137. Finally got a little quietness around here, so now maybe I hear myself think a little bit. But I'm gonna go on and grab this load right here. It's 3 hours. I think we gotta go. I'm driving the Kenworth T610, courtesy of GTM. So. I think because I'm still in the beta, so may sound like I'm not sure. It sound like one of the default trucks, but
let's do this.
And plus, I just got an update for the OBS anyway, so hopefully everything sounds good. We got the European tail lights. I didn't get a chance to really do anything to this truck, but didn't feel like it. Oh, I gotta adjust my camera back a little bit. I think the track R is working, I guess. We'll see in a minute. Yep, got the track R going so I can see around. I think somebody have to do the formatting of the windows. I'm gonna have to probably look into that. Maybe I can do it myself. I don't know. Since I got the majority of the work off my plate. Need to be done, so I think it's just the window animation that needs to be added to the truck, because I do have a lot of their trucks that are already, they're not on the workshop. And I don't know if anybody knows how to get in touch with them to have them update their trucks. I'm sure anybody that's part of the team, they should be able to do it, but I don't know who they are anyway, so I just know I think you can pretty much contact them within there.
It was a nice ride. Within
the documentation on within the file, I guess, within the game. I mean, within the mod, I guess. I'm not sure. You know, I just was lucky to get in touch with somebody when I was trying to get a mod fixed. You know, and they was able to take care of it. So. Oh well, I'm good. Do my best not to crash, because I'm just tired. I mean, I got up early, finished. I need to finish pushing the power steering pulley on my van. I had to make sure that was flush like they told me. And I got as close as I could, you know, and then I took the tool back, had to go all the way, to go like 15 miles outside of Cleveland just to drop that thing off. So that was 30 miles I did. and tried to get one of my tools replaced and couldn't get that replaced because Harbor Freight, I don't know if there's other Harbor Freights around within the states or surrounding areas or whatever, but I had to take, there's a tool place that they have, and the thing failed on me while I was doing work on the truck. I think we're supposed to have a new horn. Let me see. Okay, maybe that ain't it. See, I'm at the. There's a new horn that somebody had. Well, the guy that actually been doing the what's his name? Robinus. I think that's his name. Has been doing the mod packs for the sounds. So he's the one that been working furiously getting this stuff together. But so far, I haven't seen anybody else doing any work. You know, I guess they waiting on 137 to come out. Whatever, you know. Then we got other things going on. So, you know, it is what it is. I need to find out. I did have a conflict with my channel, with my page. I don't know what somebody is doing, and just like I said, I mean, I don't have time to be getting other folks involved because I'm quick with the trigger with that. You know, if somebody want to start some stuff, you know, I'm normally ready to rise to the occasion. I mean, I don't take hold to idle threats, but shoe fit, wear it. But when I went to check on my page, my gaming page, it said that somebody tried to report me. I'm like, what the heck is that going on all about? Oh, okay, now we reporting people. Now we trying, and I'm not authentic. I'm not, I mean, because you haven't seen my face, I don't want to show you my face. I may not want to show you my face. I did show my face when it came down to the little icon. That's my face, and I got another face. You know, some people when they do their Facebook pages, they too scared to put their faces. Plus, even on my Facebook main Facebook page, my face is there, and it was my setup. So I have no problem with being real. You know, there's enough fraudulent folks going on around doing what they doing. You know, in this technically the wrong time to do it. But just like I said, you know. All right, so we got. Let me go and let y'all know what this is. Calcium chloride crystals, 34,554 on the Gallup Plaster and Sons. So I had to go in there and find out what the heck. I'm gonna check it out later, because as soon as there's some other static, you know, it's gonna be on, because I don't have time to create stuff. I had somebody try to mess me over before. I had 2 pages, and the page, now the thing about my Facebook page actually was it was my page. Now it was the first page was my page. I wasn't really a fan of Facebook at all. You know, wasn't a fan of showcasing my stuff, anything I'm doing. So, you know, so when I got into it, I had set it up. This was before I created my business, you know, my legal business. And what happened? So down the line, I had created another account and didn't know that. I mean, well, this was supposed to be my business account. So, so technically, I have 4. I was supposed to have at least 4 accounts, because I had the one account, well, 2 personal accounts. And then I had a business account, and then I only had 3 really, because it would have been 4 if that one wouldn't have got closed off. And somebody actually was posing as me, talking about, oh, well, he's trying to do some fraudulent stuff. I'm like, oh, and that's why if you look up my name, if you knew my name, you know, I don't really want to let people know my name. I mean, I'll let you know if you want to know. But I can care less, because you know, a lot of my stuff is under lock and key anyway. So and if I do have an issue with anybody when it comes down to my identity and things of that nature, or trying to blackmail me, extortion, I'm prosecuting to the full extent of the law, and there will be some attorneys contacting or be dealing with the problem, because I don't have time for that, that nonsense. But and I don't have time for idle threats, because I have to worry about somebody. I get on here, I do my thing. I can care less about making friends with people that aren't trying to be friends. Now I try to give everybody their respect, but as soon as you try to come with that crazy stuff, it's gonna be on. So, but at the end of the day, so I end up having to put my middle initial on my page, because I had two other people that call themselves using my name, just like I have two Instagram accounts, and they're under my name. I changed my name again as my stage name,
Go strict.
and that stage name was actually created when I was in the gym, when I used to work out, and bumped into this what's the name? This Mike trying to hit the shifter. So with this craziness, with people trying to report people to Facebook, you better watch it. I mean, you better seriously watch it. You don't know who you're dealing with, and I'm quick with the trigger. I mean, I haven't really used my services in a minute, and I use them particularly all the time, because I have to deal with law enforcement on the road. So I don't have no problem lawyering up, and this is in all 50 states. So if we want to bring it, we can bring it. But as soon as you bring that crazy stuff, it's gonna be on, And I come in people's channels. I deal with some people that I don't even deal with, and I just only on a mutual respect thing. I would never go in their channel and actually badmouth them, but I would never respect their. I mean, we'll never be the way we used to be, because they were picking on somebody else. They were bullying somebody else, and just like I said, I don't deal with bullies. That's one thing I don't play with. I don't play with no bullies. And if you want to be behind the scene with the craziness, because I'm here, and I ask for little stuff. I didn't even ask for. I haven't even set up my star setup, yet. And I got idle threats or people trying to. I don't know if Facebook is actually doing it, but just like I said, if the shoe fit, wear it. Now maybe it was Facebook doing it, and I respect Facebook for doing it, because then that's their part. But if it's anybody else out here that's doing it, then you better watch yourself, because there's people out here that will catch you, and you'll get caught. If you actually look and see that the government is watching everything, and when it comes down to terrorists and stuff like that, they're not playing. They're not playing. And it's just sad that you can't even enjoy a game or enjoy yourself or create a page for yourself, because I'm not even making profit yet. I haven't even, and I'm set up for it. I haven't set up completely for it, but I'm set up for it, because I had put in the time. I haven't been streaming like they want me to, but I was on had medical issues. So now I'm still working on trying to set up, because I think I said it before. The key that they require you have to reset it every time you stream. Now YouTube is a little bit different. When you get the key, you keep the key, and you don't never have to change the key. So if that was an issue, and just like I said, if a person have a problem with me at any time, that's why my messenger thing is right there. And I've helped people out. I've gave people mods. I've gave people stuff. I gave people advice on whatever, and then this is what I get. This is the kind of treatment I get. It's crazy. And a lot of times that's why I don't say too much, but my mouth is wide open when I have to worry about my livelihood. This is part of my livelihood, and I haven't even created it to be that yet, but it's part of it. Just like my legal stuff. Don't check me on my legal stuff. And it's in my legal stuff is designed for you creating a problem for me. It ain't me so much as me going after you. But as soon as you create a problem for me, then I'm gonna go ahead and bring my people involved. And when I bring my people involved, I'm not gonna want to negotiate nothing. I don't want to talk to nobody or nothing. And I should never have to go to that point on my own gaming page. This is my page, my gaming page. I created it. I put a lot of work into it, and those fans and followers that I have, I'm sure that they appreciate the work I put in it. Same as my YouTube page, my YouTube channel. I put a lot of work in it. Now I may not be doing it like everybody else because I don't have time to be critiquing it to its perfection. I don't have time for that. But I do bring everything I know, my heart and soul into this thing, and that's as far as I can go with it. But I should never have to worry about anybody trying to shut me down or threaten to shut me down or get me shut down on some fraudulent stuff. Now I don't know if it corrected it because I went in there messing around because I went on my phone. Now I don't know if my tablet, because I have other little phones or tablets and things like that nature, and everything's connected to my main account. So I do check my stuff, even though my and I try to set everything up like that because I don't have time to really keep up with all that, to have it in multiple accounts and different accounts, and if I do have it in different accounts, it's got to be connected to a certain way, so it'd be user friendly for me, not for nobody else. But when it comes down to it, I lock everything down, and it won't matter, and I don't have it's just a phone call away. We already in an issue already where I'm already itching to call my people already. Why? Because I shouldn't have to do it. I ain't got to that point now where I have to get, because I had to deal with the unemployment thing, because now I'm at home right now until further notice. I'm sure everybody else is at home until further notice. Those that work their jobs, they're working their jobs in store. Certain stuff is open. Grocery stores can't close. Hospitals can't close. So those people have to be at their jobs. My job was at a casino. Was not at the casino, but I was dealing with the workers. So of course that shut me down. But don't get it twisted that I wasn't prepared for it or whatever. Because I can get out here and grind. I got other skills. And that little few pennies that I was making every 2 weeks is nothing compared to what I can make a day. I just haven't been that serious about it because I don't want to really get into it right now. I don't want to move things too fast. Taking one day at a time. But I don't deal with the idle threats, and I had to deal with another. Another partner of mine had to deal with that. And it didn't even make any sense. They didn't even know who they were dealing with, and they didn't realize that they was in trouble. They was in trouble because they was creating new accounts and doing blackmailing and all that other crazy stuff, not really knowing that this is all criminal stuff that you're doing. Now you're not the only one. Just like I said, I'm not the only one on Facebook. You got law enforcement on Facebook. You got the government on Facebook. You got everybody on Facebook. Watching. And that's what it is. And the thing about it is, I never knew about the gaming side, and I really wasn't really ready to get into it. But I knew enough that it was better than what I was already currently doing. So I didn't have no problem with getting into it at the time, and I'm not trying to go backwards. Because I got to worry about a couple folks, a couple trolls that don't like what I'm doing, or they think I'm some kid or I'm 43 years old, about to be 44 in a few months. Don't have time for it. I have kids. You know, I have kids that are young just like a lot of these kids that be on the games and on the on Facebook and know darn well they ain't supposed to be on Facebook. So, I don't know if it's a kid that's doing it or creating problems, but just like I said, if you in violation, they'll track you down. I'm telling you, they will track you down and create other problems for you, and then you're dealing with federal stuff. I don't know if anybody want to really deal with a record, but there's nothing to play with. Also, this trailer is new too. I think it's the L200 trailer. I'm not really sure. I didn't even get a chance to download it yet. I think I downloaded it. Well, I downloaded it, but I didn't get a chance to buy it yet. I'm surprised I didn't, because I think I got sidetracked because I wasn't sure if I was going to create this video yet, because I was sort of tired. Now I'm sort of bright and push still because now I got something to talk about. And I shouldn't have had to get to that point. And I try to keep it as positive as I know, or try to keep everybody current, and not to bore anybody, because I'm a talker. I like to talk. I like to discuss things. I love to talk to other folks that are interested in talking. But I don't have time for the craziness. Bringing the craziness to the gaming side. This is supposed to be my relaxing side, and I should not have to put up a defense in regards of that. Or thinking somebody is creating trouble for me, because just like I said, I know the rules. I know how far to go with the rules, and then the thing about it, if a person don't want me to share something on their page, I got my own page to share it. If you have an opening on your group, just like I said, and now I'm catering more to a lot of the streaming groups, because those are the ones that actually allow you to stream your stuff. A lot of times I'm just trying to get myself out here, because how can I get out here except for I broadcast myself. Now, I don't always stream, and I haven't got a chance to really stream. The last time I streamed was when they wanted me to do 4 hours, and I did that twice. Now they want you to do 4 hours in a 14-day period, which I'm not going to be able to keep up with, because that's setting up a schedule that I can be doing other things, and I need to do things that are more important. Not to say that streaming ain't important to me, because that's a way of getting my talent out here to allow people to see what I'm doing out here. So, and I'm sure anybody else is doing the same thing, because when I come in there into somebody's channel, I am trying to help them. I'm not trying to hurt them. And then a lot of people, I will go ahead and just give you a like or whatever. Why? Because I know you're trying to get somewhere. All right, we got gross weight 64,774. So that's all I do. I'm in there, and I'm under my. I could come in. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I could come in under my name, my actual name, and I can come in under my gaming name. Okay, that will let you know exactly what. If you're following me, then you understand, because that's why I share it across all platforms, as many platforms that allow me to do it, because then this is me. This is the same person. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. I have 2 pages. Yes, and I was already told about that. So, so that's all I'm talking about. Now, I don't remember Facebook actually telling us giving us so many names that we can use, or so many accounts that we can create. I don't think they put a limit on that, and I would think that they would want us to do more of engaging and sharing more stuff, because I wasn't one that did that. I didn't want to, just like I shared on my, I wouldn't share my gaming page on my gaming page, my personal stuff, like I was working on my van. I wouldn't share it on my gaming page because are you interested in that? I don't know. Now I will share trucks, or I share a video of trucks, or I share some information in regards of some information I come across. Maybe it's some gaming, or maybe some modding or something like that. And I don't think it was any stipulations on that, you know. So I can share whatever I want on my page, you know. And then if a person is allowing me to share on their page, then I share. And if you don't, then you take it down. I don't care. I can care less. I had shared something on one group, and they took it down because they said it wasn't educational enough. No problem. I understand that. But you don't even know what is education, because everything is education is education. If you look up the meaning of education, education is bringing something to your attention that you did not know. That's what it is. Because when you're in school, what it is, they bringing something to your attention that you did not know about, because you was ignorant to the fact. And that ignorance isn't always being dumb. It's just not knowing. It's the whole point of not knowing. It's the state of not knowing. Get out this. This is the trailer right here. I almost forgot. I wanted to stay. Yeah, it's a Transcraft TL2000. That's what it is. And it's got the straps. Oh man, this is nice. This is nicer than I thought. Spread axle. This is real nice.
Stay right, and then turn right.
Pulling that T610.
Turn right.
Yeah, but I'm done on that subject, because you know I'm used to somebody trying to get me in trouble, or trying to create problems, or because just like I said, you better make sure you have your facts in place first, because just like I said, you don't know who I know and know what I'm all about. You only know what I shared with you, you know. And I used to do a lot of sharing what I was all about when it comes down to my business. Now I don't even share that much of that, but you'll know and you'll understand. You know, when your channel shut down, or your page shut down, or your personal page shut down, or they prosecuting you because of you creating other problems for other people, which that's the problem. That's like what we're dealing with now. But they told you not to keep social distance. That's what they told you. Don't create. You know, people wanted to. They looking at
turn left.
And you got to understand, the government tell you something. This is across the world. This ain't just here. This ain't just in the state. This is everywhere, and it's even worse, because it's down to the point, down to the bare wire, where you have to listen to who is in charge. And if you don't, then you create a problem. Then you're creating problems for everybody else. You're making it hard for everybody else. I don't know why I think my seat is too. No, it ain't too low. I gotta get used to this thing. Let me see. Hold on a minute. I gotta get used to this track RR again. That's what happens when you don't use something all the time. Alright, we about to be dropping this off. Come on. Yeah, but I just had to get that off my chest, because I couldn't believe it. I was like, wait a minute, you need to say something. You need to speak on your behalf, because if you don't, then we're going to be shutting your page down. What? I'm like, what? And if I know what I know now, did I know then? Oh, when I had my other page, I would have changed the name, because that's all I had to do. That's all I had to do. Oh shit, we stuck on the freaking tracks. Oh, this thing is longer than I. And they put some things over here. Look at this. Oh boy. Let me see. Wait a minute. Where am I at? Oh, I am too close to it. Don't look like it. Uh-oh. You better get caught. Go on and get off of here. I'm glad they ain't going down yet. Not until I... Whew, that was close. It used to just go on ahead and run you over. Good job. Good job. Jeez. Man, I thought I was about to get towed up. Last time they towed me up when I tried to do that. Ooh, wrong button. There we go. Sort of doing this backwards. Swing out a little bit. Yeah, but I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. I'm like, this is what I'm dealing with now. This is what I gotta deal with. And I'm sure as a kid, you know, it's always kids doing something they had to do. And if it's adult, you got something coming. You know, just like I said, the world it can be cruel because you are, if you are, it's whatever you sow, reap what you sow with that person. I got my words all twisted up, but you reap what you sow, or what goes around comes around. That's what it's all about. If you out here doing stuff that you had no business doing, or you gonna get in trouble. You gonna get that together. All right, we're gonna drop that off right there. Gotta drop the trailer, and they got another trailer. Look like when we'll go in and grab that to keep moving. You know, I want to stream, but I'm not ready for that atmosphere yet because I don't like to be on pins and needles, or thinking that I might doze off, or think something may happen because I have to worry about somebody cracking the whip. I don't like to deal with that. I deal with that on the job already, you know, and I didn't really have to deal with that on my job period anyway, because the way I did certain things. I looked for somebody trying to, you know, create a problem for me, you know, and I shouldn't ever have to do that, but or being paranoid because I had to worry about somebody creating a problem.
Okay, you know? Here we go.
You know, and just like I said, I'm far from, you know, I don't scare easy, you know, unfortunately. I just don't, you know. And I'm not gonna be watching my back and all that other crazy stuff because I got to worry about somebody creating a problem for me, because I haven't even started making revenue off this yet. You know, I haven't even did it yet. But, you know, if it came down to it, I can make revenue, you know, because all I do is just set up the star thing. But I just don't want to deal with that right now because that's just something that I don't feel like dealing with. Now, if this is coming from Facebook and they saying, well, you know, you're gonna have to set up your thing, and because I know there's another group that does not even they don't even create stars. They don't have the star system on their setup, on their page, and it's fine because it's all about what you want to do, you know, and they doing well because you know, the thing about it is if you putting in work, it ain't no different than you create a song. Or you create something for somebody. Like, for instance, there's a guy that's doing shifters. I mean, wouldn't it be fair for somebody to get paid for their services? I mean, you got modders that creating mods and stuff when you want to be able to get your benefit. So I understand. I respect all that. You know, I respect all that. You know, but don't make it hard for somebody else because you don't like the person, or you can't get along with them, or you figure that, oh well, this is just, you know, want to play with the people's emotions and don't know what you're doing out here. Okay, I forgot to check this. All right, we got quart countertops, 31,587 pounds on the Yama, and this is 8 hours, so this is gonna give me more time to talk. So if not, you know, just like I said, you don't have to watch, you know, and it's all well and good, you know, because I have people that don't mind, you know, and this is the only time I haven't been at work a whole week, I mean, I've been working at home, trying to get stuff done at home. I got my van running, and it's almost together to the point where, well, it's drivable now, and that's all I was trying to get it to do. I bought my tool where I'm going ahead and fine tune it when I get a chance. Once I get things panned out, but I'm tracking some other things out because when I put the upper gases on, the thing shouldn't have no leaks at all. But I'm learning some things about that because I have 20 years under my belt messing with cars. But the thing about it is, you live and you learn. Yeah, but this even though this is going to be relating to Facebook, it's still going to be relating to my other channel too, because I don't have time, and that technically sort of slowed me down on doing certain things because I don't have time for that craziness. You know, I don't live my life on that craziness stuff. You know, I try to enjoy everybody else's content if I can, because that's what it's about. That's what the community is all about. But I'm not going to be worried about, you know, have to look around my looking over my shoulder, worry about anybody, you know. I had a partner of mine I told him he had created his thing. He wasn't even sure if he was going to go on ahead and do it because he just didn't want to, thought that he was, you know, I don't know if he was really ready. I mean, because he does this thing on YouTube, but I mean, I told him it's better. It was sort of better the way they do stuff on this platform than the other platform, just because of, I mean, I don't know. I'm still learning, you know, and I try not to jump the gun on what is allowed and what ain't, because I know profanity is allowed. I mean, I'm not going to use profanity because that's just something I ain't gonna do on my page, on my channel, or anytime I'm out here communicating with people. You know, I mean, you whatever you think it floats. You float your boat on whatever you want to do. You know, because it's yours, and I can't tell a person not to use foul language or whatever because it's your thing. And then you have an opportunity to even and let the people know that it's a mature audience or things of that nature. So you communicate, you know, because you want to still be comfortable in what you're doing. You know, that's all I'm telling you. You know, and I'll respect anybody to be comfortable in what they're doing. You know, because you have a lot of talented folks now. I'm not gonna take that back. That in the world, regardless of how they do, if they do bad or do good or whatever, they're talented. You know, we all have our skill sets and skills or whatever have you. You know, and we go with whatever we can do, you know, and that's just something that God allow us to have because that's what He likes. I mean, if you really understand what I'm talking about. I know some people will say, well, I mean, how you know God is a man, and why wouldn't you think He's a woman? I don't know, you know, but I know for myself that he's a male factor, you know, and then some people may disagree with that, and that's your opinion. That's your opinion. But I know for myself, and I can testify for myself, you know that. Why? Because, you know, I mean, I've been around the corner enough to know. You know, the
Never
truth
mind.
of the
I'll
matter,
find a new route.
and you know, a lot of people may not be able to accept that, but sometimes you got to accept things. You know, you just got to accept things that you think. And if you think you know, you think you know. If not, you know. I see they got release brakes while on scale, so they may have tightened some things. I know that the last time I was on the scale, if you have damage on your truck, it will actually give you it will create a problem for you. It will fine you. You know. All right, so we got 61,721. So I don't know what other little features they're going to be creating on here. You know. And I'm just going sort of going with the flow. The truck behind us got nice. I forgot to get some pictures, but oh well. And I mean, they did an excellent job on this trailer. I didn't get a chance to find out who actually created it, but I know that somebody else had managed to edit it, you know, where it's got some other things attached to it. But you know, I haven't even got a chance to get to that, because for almost a week I was outside doing work, doing stuff that I need to do domestically. You know, just like anybody else is out here doing things that are domestically. You know. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's your sworn duty. I mean, if you want to use that analogy, you know, male, female, whatever, you know, kids, whatever, but more so adults are the ones that are actually set at that pace. Even young adults, because you have teenagers. I have a 19-year-old that's trying to do her best to try to better herself, and it's fine, you know, and I help her in every capacity I can. You know, she got her license now. In the midst of trying to find a car, and her daddy's going to try to find something as best as he can that is going to help her out, you know, and not put her in a bind. You know, because you can put yourself in a bind, and then you think somebody's supposed to bail you out. No, you know, now dealing with, just like I said, the situation that we're in now. This is out of our control. All we can do is just take it one day at a time. I call it a form of standing still. You know, and I mean, you know, I mean, this would be week 2 for me, not being able to make an income for my household. You know, now I could go somewhere else, but the thing about it is, it will change everything that I have going on now. You know, for a few extra pennies, and technically, you know, I wasn't one that actually liked to jump jobs like that, and that's why I've been at this job for 16 years, because it was times that I've been at jobs and I didn't jump jobs, but I worked temp agencies and stuff like that. You know, trying to make an income, but I wore myself out trying to do that. You know, and then by the time they want to hire you, I mean, you wore out. You know, your back messed up. You know, and I'm not trying to deal with no physical work like that if I can help it. You know, I had my back problems earlier, and I mean, I get stiffness sometimes, but it's not as bad as what I was dealing with before. Which I'll take that. You know, I'll take that. I wouldn't even be able to sit in this seat dealing with y'all if I was dealing with that. Yeah, I would not be dealing with it. So, yeah. I try to make the best of everything. Try to be positive. Try to just bring as much positivity I can. And sometimes I can crack the whip because I'm a teacher. I'm a counselor by trade. I don't have a degree. Well, I do have a degree in it, and you may not understand the degree. You know, but I do have a degree in what I do. You know, because a person can talk to me, and and all I can do is tell you the truth. I can't tell you a lie, because that's something that I don't want nobody to do for me. You know, I don't like a lie. You know, I don't like liars. because that doesn't. I mean, because at the end of the day, this is when we break that down. Liar. Anytime you a liar or you lie, you have to make another lie to cover that lie. You tell the truth, regardless of how it hurts, it's over. And that's it. Once you tell the truth, it incriminate you and make you suffer sometimes. It make you suffer sometimes, but it'd be worth it because you won't have to suffer long term. You'll be suffering short term, just like what we're dealing with now. We may be suffering short term. I was listening to the radio, and a lot of there was a lady that was on there, and she was saying that she was a hairstylist, so they pretty much shut down barbershops, everything, and it was fine. She said that she had to technically, because of the closeness of, because of what's going on now. She didn't want to take the risk of bringing it home or bringing something home to her household or to her husband, because her husband was dealing with some issues, things of that nature. So it just gave her a chance to, to do some things, and hopefully things get better for her. Because I'm sure everybody. One thing I would never stop anybody from doing is eating. I don't give a care how you work, because work is work. I don't give a care if you go out there and you go to the pantry, because that's still work. You still got to get that stuff home. You still got to get that stuff home. And then you got people that are homeless that they may not work like you think they should work, but they may have fell on hard times or things didn't get better. Things got messed up for them, or it's just that they just got life just beat them up, and sometimes it's just best for you to, or it's just too expensive. People want so much money for housing, for the cars and everything. It's just so much, and it's a greed. It's not a need, it's a greed. People are greedy, and it's bad. It's bad to be greedy like that. It's bad to be greedy like that. And I try not to be greedy. I try to help out. I got neighbors that I try to help out, and they always help me out. I always try to help them out. I got, and anybody else that I can help, that's what I try to do. And that's all I try to do. If you know me enough, if you get close enough, you need to know me enough that you understand. That's what I'm all about. I'm not out here to cause trouble, because I don't look for trouble. But I will say something. If something's on my chest, I will say it. I will talk about it. And I'm bold as crap, and I'm sorry. You have to, I wasn't, at one time I wasn't like that, but because of me evolving, that made me that way. I can't even be fearful of what's going on now. Why? Because I still got to do what I need to do. I went to Walmart. I got what I needed from Walmart. And as much as I've dealt with in my body myself, goodness, why would I worry about anything? The most fearful thing that I really had dealing with was the sciatica. And there's people that out here that's still dealing with that. I'm in the group, and they still dealing with that. They don't realize that, a lot of times you have to believe in order for things to be fixed for you. And if you're in line, and sometimes it's suffering. It's suffering. Now everybody's suffering. Everybody's suffering. More than others. Everybody's suffering, and all we can do is just, take it on the chin, be thankful of whatever state you're in. If you got to live on the streets, be thankful. I remember I had posted this guy, and his face was blown off. It was so crazy. He used to be able to work, and I think I said it in one of my other.
Stay right, and then stay left.
Oh, we staying left. Woo! Let me get back over. Oh, come on. And this man was so thankful. I couldn't believe it. And half his face gone. Thankful. I think we messed up. Oh, we messed up. I just looked at it. You messed up. That's all right. We're gonna keep on moving. I need to put this thing on cruise so my leg hurting a little bit. All right, but well, the right leg is hurting, but and it was so funny. This guy was so thankful. You know, they had to track him down because they couldn't believe how thankful he was because he was alive. Regardless of what you go on in this life, you alive. You know, and just I found out Kenny Rogers passed away. I liked that little song that he had. You know, and it's a true saying. What he said was true. You could not. I mean, you know, and those that know, and he aged well. I didn't even know he was 81. He didn't even look like he was 81, but he passed away. This is what we have to deal with. You know, you got some that are going to live, and you got some that are going to die. And that's just the way it is. And when you think you're going to die of one thing, it'd be something else that take you out here. You know, and that's all you can look at. I think the position of this truck has got me kind of off. That's what that is. Because I'm not used to. Normally, I don't have to look down like that. It's a smaller truck. Yeah, but hope the best for everybody. Even those that may not like me, they'll hope the best for you. Because why? At the end of the day, you gotta live. Just like I said, I'm a more unique man. I may say something, but I can change my mind. You know, I can change my mind if I have to change my mind. You know, the thing about it is, I wouldn't think that I would have to worry about somebody hurting me, but it is what it is. You know, and there's only one person that I'm worried about, and that's it. You know. And that's the man that has created, and you may not believe him, you believe that he exists, but he's the one that's got us in this boat that we are all in. And we got to accept that. Yep, we got to accept it. Yeah, we all got to accept it. And it's okay. You know. Because one time, I didn't know that he existed. You know, I didn't know, but I know he existed. He existed. You know, and it takes that, you know, because you got people that go through all these natural disasters and stuff. They call them natural disasters or whatever, but they thankful they're alive. You know, they're thankful they're alive. We have an opportunity now to be with our family, and they did give everybody opportunity to go outside. Relax. I could have went outside. I was supposed to. If I didn't have to go on that road trip, I probably could have rode my bike. That would have been perfect time to ride my bike. And I ain't been on a bike in a few years. Why? Because I've been too busy working. You know, I put basketball down. I put all this recreation stuff to work for somebody. You know. And not and wore myself out. You know, wore myself out. So, you know, despite being behind this computer, I still got to get out there and do something and do better, or you know, because I'm hearing part of the building up your immune system for what we're dealing with is you getting out there exercising. You know, I think I exercised enough when I was getting under the cars and going back and forth, walking back and forth. You know, yeah. So, so did. And then I was out there. I had to readjust a component that I put on, and I'm satisfied. You know, I could crank that truck up, and then when I got a chance to drive it, because I thought I was scared to drive it because it created some other problem. And I forgot that I had sprayed all kinds of chemicals in it. So I expected all kinds of little crazy stuff to go on with it. But once I really started driving it and, you know, really taking it through its intervals, Oh, I mean, it's running a little bit better, you know, more than I thought. So now I just got to go in and do this coalition thing. It's called a crank cam coalition. I'm sure that's on air. 100% of the cars out here, even though you have a distributor, I have a distributor, you may have coil packs, you still have those components that actually can be out of sync. You know, one has to be able to communicate with the other, and in order for them to start being read and one to adjust itself, we'll say the cam. Okay, you have the crankshaft, which is the main component of the motor itself, of the engine itself. That's on anything, even on this truck, same thing. So you have a cam sensor. So technically, in yesteryears, it was always just mechanical parts. Now they're made, and I said it before. I said it in one of the videos that it's not just on mechanical part. Now it's an actual computer part. You know, so now since the manufacturers have created this stuff, now you need a scan tool in order to fix a lot of your stuff out here now. So when it comes down to my truck, or anybody that has a 5.7 Vortec motor, which is the 350 motor or 356 motor, technically any of the Vortec engines in the GM cars and trucks, they have to go through a coalition thing, which the crank has to be you have to get the motor up past 1,000 RPMs, so the camshaft can actually, the cam sensor can adjust the timing. So it's all about timing. You know, it's not the mechanical timing. Oh, I think I skipped. I went into the other gear, into my other gear bank. Yeah, so it's very interesting. You know, those that, I'm sure there's some that are mechanics, you know, and it's all the way. I mean, even when you're dealing with lawnmowers, some lawnmowers could have sensors on them. I don't know if they do it now, but the majority of them could have sensors. If they have a distributor, you know, especially if they remote, if their ignition, have an ignition where they have to be their electronic. You know, so you don't, like for instance, in, let's say, a lawnmower. You get a lawnmower engine, an old lawnmower engine, they had condensers and they had points, just like the old older vehicles used to have back in the 50s and 60s and 30s and 40s. So you had to clean those points in order for the ignition to work. Okay. Now you have digital components now, which are electronic now. So that's where electronic ignition comes in. So that's why I say if you start with a lawnmower engine, that's technically the start of a lot of your cars, because a lot of these cars actually had 1-2 cylinder motors. You know, some had 4-cylinder motors, 6-cylinder motors. You know, some 8. Some of them even as they got progressed and got bigger, they was putting 12s in them. You know. Yep. So. Lose it, getting yeah. But engines are interesting, because I think this is a IS I forgot what engine this is in here, but it's a straight 6 in here. ISX, maybe ISX, maybe 600, 500, maybe 400, depending on whatever the horsepower is, you know. But what it is, and I'm gonna tell you what I learned when I was taking up trucks. To get the liters, it is the bore, which is the circumference of the piston hole in each cylinder, times the stroke, which is the stroke is mainly the piston long ways, which is vertical. Okay, the vertical measurements of the piston, the inside the piston, where the piston rides up and down. So you get the degrees of that, you get the measurements of that, which is you have to have math in order to do that. You times that, the bore times the stroke, and that will give you the liters of a motor. Okay, so that's stuff that I remember learning, but you can pretty much it's a lot of interesting stuff, because even with, I had to use micrometers, which is another component that you have to have in order to test the width or test the measurements of a component of a part. Then you got digital ones that you can test the inside, the inner diameter, the outer diameter of a component. You know, well, the inner, like for instance, when you're dealing with the piston combustion chamber, which is part of the block itself, block and the head on top of each other, on top of the block, that makes up the combustion chamber. You know, if you were racing, or you create, you would use a reamer tool to actually ream the bore out. And a lot of guys that did racing, they would 30 over, which is 30 degrees over the regular specs. So technically, it would actually be more bored out to be able to receive bigger pistons. So when you got bigger pistons, bigger components, then that's more horsepower. You know, just like that's why these are 1600 horses. I mean, not 1600 horses. I mean 16 liters. You got 15 liters, 14 liters, 13 liters. Anything 10 liters and up is mainly truck. I mean, technically 8 liters is 8. You can start at a 6 liter. 6 liter would be a Chevy, which is Duramax. The 6.6 is a Duramax diesel, and those pistons are huge. You know, they're huge. They're bigger than the average motor that would be in a truck. Okay, now 350s are big. All of them pretty much are big, but as you get into these rigs, then they're even bigger. You know, combustion chamber. I mean, not combustion chamber. Connecting rod, push rods, your lifters, all that stuff is bigger. You know, to be able to deal with to deal with whatever that motor will have to be able to deal with in its lifetime. You know. So it's a lot. It's all mechanics, but if you can understand, motors are 4-stroke. Now you got 2-stroke and you got 4-stroke. 2-stroke is just the intake and the exhaust. That's it. And 9 times out of 10, you have those motors are have the oil, and oil has to be mixed with the gas, which is a lot of your weed eaters, lawnmowers were 2-cycle. When you're dealing with 4-cycle, that's intake, compression. Intake, compression, power, and exhaust. That's all the 4 stages that a motor goes through, and those stages are technically on every truck. I mean, on every motor pretty much known on the planet, because you got boats, you got trucks. You know, all of them got engines. Trains. You know, trains, even though it has a diesel generator, it's still considered a motor, an engine. It's just the engine is actually attached to a generator, so it can conduct current. So in order for that locomotive to be able to move, you know, that's where you got 2,000 horsepower. You know, it's a lot to it. I've been out of the school for a minute, when it comes down to that. So I have to keep myself familiar with those components and stuff like that. But now, I mean, since I've been out of school, I've been dealing with computer systems, and I bought a scan tool, just like I said, in order for to be able to understand and check these things that you cannot check because of, I move my head too much, because of, you know, because of what the manufacturers have done, you know, and they're making them harder and harder to work on. Why? You know, because they want that money. It's supply and demand. That's what it's about. You know. Yeah, that's what it's about. Supply and demand.
Get ready to turn right.
All right, we got 2 hours on the run. I think I'm gonna cut off after this run because that's just a little bit too long.
Turn right.
And I think 8 hours was good, and then that other round was good enough for me. You know, not trying to be on here. You know, I can't work it like a job. Oh, we can't even get through the gears. Come on, you. And then a lot of times you got to be patient with a truck, because a truck is not going to move as fast as you think it's supposed to move. Even though we jump gears, and you know, sometimes you can, you know, get the RPMs up enough so you can skip the gears, and you know, things like that. But you'll bust it, you'll tear your truck up like that. You know, then I know when you doing the testing, so a lot of these old truckers, when they was coming up and when they was doing their training, they had the double clutch. You know why? Because it's supposed to save the transmission. You know, because the thing about it is when it comes down to that, you know, you have to give certain components on that transmission time to catch up with the rest of the other components, and if you don't do that, then you'll tear up something. You know, you'll tear up something. So just have to be careful. That's all. I hope everybody enjoyed this much of the video. I wanted to sort of make it long a little bit. I know Facebook now I don't know, Facebook thing I was supposed to keep making these videos only 3 minutes. That's gonna be tough for me because you know, because I don't have 3 minutes. You know, I mean, a lot of times my content is more than 3 minutes. Now I can show stuff that 3 minutes, but I don't know. I mean, how much y'all gonna like that? Because I mean, y'all gonna like that? I don't know. I wouldn't want to see a 3-minute video, and that's all I'm seeing. You know, I'd rather see somebody talking and engaging and having fun or whatever they're doing. You know, not so much as getting on, wham bam, thank you ma'am. That's you know, and you can't always expect that. You know, now that's something that they should have been updating. You know, where, you know, you got certain folks that when they're streaming or they're uploading their videos, they can go past their limit. You know, sometimes, I mean, I have to go with what, I mean, I have to, you know, feel like doing this thing, you know. My right leg is bothering me a little bit. It's just the hip itself. That's just me just driving in general. But it wasn't as bad as what I was dealing with. And I did with that pain compared to the other pain I was dealing with. You know? We've got an hour and 35 minutes. Got going. Well, I'll probably be uploading this either today, more likely today, because I haven't uploaded in a minute on Facebook, and I still have stuff I haven't uploaded on YouTube. So I'm sort of slow because I was too busy trying to get a lot of domestic stuff done, which I got. I mean, that just trying to get that van back up and running was my biggest hurdle, and it took a lot out of me. But I'm a happy camper. I'm a happy camper now. I'm not just in one car, and if I wasn't proactive about it and making and paying attention, I would have been buying another motor for that truck, and it wasn't really worth that, you know. So sometimes you got to take a step back, wait, look, pay attention, and hopefully the lesson is being taught, now in what we're dealing with now, because a lot of people say, well, I'm gonna do this this way, I'm gonna do this that way, and then life will hit you and make you change your mind on how you're gonna do something. Why? Because that's what happens. If you don't respect, it should be mutual respect across the board. Whatever going on, nature, whatever you have to deal with, should be mutual respect. How can you not go through something and then you can't even tell somebody else how to go through it? Somebody else can be going through something. How can you do that? How can you tell them? And how can you imagine? I have 5 kids, and my wife I was at each one of their deliveries, and I can't imagine the pain that my wife had to go through to bring them into this world. I can't imagine. But I was there to support her, and I wanted her to give me all the pain she had to deal with, when I was dealing with. When I was with her, I had her. I was holding her hand, and I had to do other things that the doctor told me to do, to help her, and now, at the end of the day, we're looking good. Kids, they're still learning. I love my kids. And we got a chance when we went to church. Those that go to church and probably you don't go to church, if you don't, then that's fine too. But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, you're gonna learn. You're gonna figure out some things that you're gonna. Now, I don't tell you to go. I don't expect you to go to a church that is not doing what it's supposed to do. And then sometimes you got to be respect. Where if their truth is being taught, then you have to respect that, because a lot of times that could be just the way it is. You would think, because you're dealing with people, and you kind of have to, because everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. Everybody's not above help. Everybody's not above the higher power. You can think you're above it, but you'll find out that you got to answer to that higher power. When life hits you like a ton of bricks, you gonna be thankful. And you never want to be in that predicament where you're forced to do something. It's free will. The choice.
Stay right, then exit
but
right.
The thing about it is, even with that, it's free will. You still got free will not to do.
Exit right.
And then when your time to pay for that, it's gonna be bad.
Get ready to turn left.
And I never want to be that way. I want to always be where I can reach help.
Turn left.
That's all it is to it. This 610 did real good in 137. I don't know. I think somebody had asked me about 137, or I don't know. I told them they have to give me give me more of what they're trying to get me to answer, and I'll try to answer that, because you have to look at the videos. I can only tell you what, just like I told you about the windows. The windows roll down. These windows don't roll down on this truck, but you can still hear the outside of the truck. The truck has to be updated. It has nothing to do with what the game is doing. And then some of my mods are actually showing up, like that one that's in front of us. It's showing up. I think we got a dealership over here. I'm gonna unlock this dealership. I'll probably unlock it once I get down, because I got this load. I want to get rid of it.
Stay right, then turn right.
Yeah, it's just
right.
the opposite way, so. I keep bumping this darn mic. I might have to find another place for it. It's sort of crowded in my area, my space. I did have a place where I could put it on my seat, on a seat. I got like a high chair, but just sort of in the way. I have to call myself putting it off to the side and have it like sort of in front of me. And I mean, it works okay. It's just that when I need to use the shifter, then I bump into it. Normally I have it sort of low and it's sort of across my mouth like a CB. You know, I don't have it too close, but it should be close enough where you can hear me pretty clearly. And it was a time that I didn't, I mean, because I had showcased some of my old stuff. I don't know if anybody really understood what I was doing. And all you had to do was ask, what are you doing, Croc? What is that all about, Croc? And I'll tell you what it's all about, because I have the Gato capture card. That thing cost me some serious money. And you know what? I didn't even get a chance to use it as much as I wanted to, because it took away from my monitors. Now I had set it up to go on here, okay, on this setup. And when I did set it up, it only took over. And the thing about it is, I would need if I do use it, I'll probably use it on my newer setup. You know, I wouldn't use it on the setup that I got now. You know, I would use it. I will use it on a Ryzen setup,
and then turn left.
You know, and that's what I would use it for. So I still have it in my one desktop,
turn left,
which is it's
all over now.
It's a workstation. It's an old workstation, and it's not a bad setup. It's just that it's old and old and heavy. And you know, I'm not spring chicken when it comes down to this heavy stuff anymore. But I'm gonna drop this off right here. We did good, did real good. Okay, let me go ahead and drop it off. I'm gonna go and unlock that dealership. I might go ahead and put something on here. Probably redo these this truck a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go on ahead and we're not gonna cut off here. But we're gonna go on to that dealership that I seen up the street. But yeah, that was a nice ride, nice little long run. I know some people don't like the long runs, but I mean, I like them when I want to talk. You know what I mean? And yeah, I like them when I want to talk. Let's get on out of here. And I need to see what somebody done sent me some mail, so I need to see what this mail is all about. Oh, he's talking about he need a truck. I got a couple of people that talk about they need trucks. I might as well go in and see if I. So it's B Pasco and B Jano. Let me go in and see if I can find a truck for them. Jano and Pasco. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I don't need to recruit. I need to go to driver. Was it driver manager? And I sure forgot about these folks. Okay, so this guy right here, and technically he has a truck. He just don't know there's a truck there. But I'll give him one. See, it's right there. He may not be. Yeah, I don't know why he can't get the truck. Because this, you know, somehow it's there. We looking right at it, so I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Why he don't have a truck? Because everybody else has trucks. This one don't have a truck. Now I see he don't have a truck, so I'm gonna make sure he get one. I'm just gonna go on in and just get something to throw him in. This is good enough right here. You know, I try to take care of my drivers the best way I can. Yeah, I don't try to treat them like I get treated in the real world. If I see them got an issue, then I try to address it when I can. A lot of times I can't do it all the time. Let's see. Let me go right back over to him. And it may be a ghost truck, because I know sometimes you have to delete the ghost trucks because their trucks will pop up and be like, what the heck? I didn't buy that truck. But they have, I mean, it pops up. They pop up. Okay, so he has a truck now, and I'm gonna give him a truck. I'm gonna relocate him so he can get a truck, because he can get one of my trucks that I already have already. Let's see. I technically want him with a truck. Nah, I'll have to buy him a truck. That's what I do. Let's see if I can buy him a truck. Okay, I'm gonna go in and buy him a truck. I'm gonna buy him a Kenworth. Yeah, I'm buying a Kenworth. Oh, not the T800. Let me see. Yeah. Try to give him the same truck he already got. Yep, this it right here. I don't know why he don't got a truck, but that's okay. He got you together, bro. About to get you together. I just don't know where he at. There he is. Okay. And that's a good employer. Taking care of his people. That's what it's about. You gotta take care of your people. I got a few trucks in here. I haven't even got a chance to run them yet. I think I ran them. I mean, I do so much and forget about what I do. All right, let's see. I want to go to truck managers to make sure that these folks got their trucks. Yep, they both got their trucks. Okay, great. So they good to go. Now he won't be emailing me talking about where's my truck. He should have emailed me back and said thank you for giving me my truck, because I didn't have to give it to him. You know, I could have just been a bit disgruntled employer. You know. Okay. Let's see. That's why I said this game teach you a whole lot. Teach you about business and everything. It's funny. So interesting. Now I'm glad I sort of had this truck. This is the reason why I like this truck. See how you can even get in and out of this truck. Now the thing about it is I just don't like the gas tanks are okay. I mean it'll grow on you. You know. But I think this is maybe an Australian truck. That's what I think it is. Yep, that's what I think it is. Yeah, let me see. Alright, let's go on back the other way so we can go unlock this. I think I'm gonna stay outside the truck right now. So it looks like they got a mechanic shop right here, but I ain't where I want to go. We're gonna go back the way we came. Excuse me. Yeah, this is work, man. My arm doesn't hurt, but my leg hurt. I think we may have made the wrong turn. I might hit the turn around. I'm gonna pull over, see if I can locate it on the map. I think I made a wrong turn. Okay, let's go on the map real quick. Where you are? Where are you? Man, that's what I meant. Where are you? Here it is. Yeah, that's the regular mechanic shop. But this dealer is what I wanted to unlock.
Drive safe.
All right, let's get on out there and try to get it together. Okay, so it is ahead. So I did make the right turn. Interesting. Okay. All right, what are you doing, AI? Going past, go past. Yeah, but I try not to move too fast when I do stuff. That's why I was able to get on 99% of the car of the vehicle done when it came down to those gaskets. The upper gaskets, I still think I got a leak somewhere. I'm not really sure, and it ain't me because of me. I think it was because of the worn component. And because now they started making these gaskets. I mean, these not gaskets. These intake manifolds, the upper ones, plastic. They can warp easily. They can crack easily, you know. And the reason why they actually did that, because the aluminum ones actually used to hold a lot of carbon in them, because technically that's where your EGR valve, which is your exhaust gas recirculation system, is, and it actually recirculates the exhaust gases back into the engine so they can be reburnt. You know, so they technically take them and actually and that's where your emissions come in. You know, so you got some states that actually require emissions testing, and this is one of the states. Ohio is one of the states, and we have to be in compliance. And also, we're not the only ones that have to be in compliance, because you got I'm sure over in overseas you have to be
where it ends.
In compliance. So it's not just a coincidence, you know, that we have to go through these stipulations because of smog and things of that, and because of the pollution that the cars are putting out, trucks putting out, things of that nature. So all right, let's go on ahead and go in here, get this thing tightened up a little bit. I gotta make sure I save it first, because I don't need any other conflict, because a couple times I had a couple crashes when it came down to me customizing a trader, and then I had did something else. So I'm gonna save it, and then we're gonna proceed. Go ahead and do this truck. See, I shouldn't need anything other than wheels, because just like I said, you're gonna wear out something. You can't just think that the truck isn't gonna wear at all, which is part of the realistic part, and I like that. Yeah, I like that. We probably can go with a bigger engine. I don't know if I'm gonna go with a sleeper. No, I'm not ready for the sleeper yet, because technically the body, where we're picking up these trailers and stuff now, okay, it does give us a mini sleeper. I take that, and I want to get the biggest motor, because all it needs is European. It's a European truck, so we didn't have the 18 speed retarder, which I'm gonna get that, and I might change the color. I don't like that yellow. The inside looks good, looks real good. Look at it, even the cover in the back, tie pillows. They do an excellent job to this truck. Now I think I'm gonna keep the interior the way it is. I do want to change this to that, or I could change it to that, which is the GTM Team Metallic, that's the signature color of the truck. Now either I can go with that, or I can go with these. These are nice. You know, I mean, they did an excellent job with the GM trucks, the GTM trucks. You know, they need to be updated a little bit slightly, but they technically don't need to be updated at all. They did a real good job to these trucks, and they're old trucks. You know, they're old trucks. So I'm gonna go with the tall. That's different, and I'm gonna go add some accessories. Definitely want to change that back. And I didn't even know I was driving with the SCR exhaust, but we're gonna put some exhaust pipes on this puppy. That's why it looked kind of funny. Change the tanks. I want to put. Now I think the reason why they gave me these tanks, because they're double tanks. This is like bigger tanks, more tanks. So this is technically for road train. So this truck is technically for road train, because you got this 150, that maybe be 50 gallons. So you got 50, I mean 150, 150, that's 300. Then these are actually 50 a piece. That's 400 gallons. That's a lot of fuel. You know, a lot of fuel for these trucks. Go with the paint. Let's see, chrome. Should I chrome it? No, I'm gonna go with that. But I do want to change these. Yeah, the Australian bumper. Yep. So I'm gonna change that because we in America. So we can go with the white, and I'm gonna change these to the Road Stars, Road Masters. I love these Road Masters because they look good on the truck. And I'm gonna go in there and put some. See, do we have to put a banner? Yep. Put a banner on it. I may do some heavy hauling with it. Not sure yet what I'm gonna do. Yet. Not sure what I'm gonna do yet. The oversized. May do some heavy hauling with it. And I'm not sure, I might go with the automatic, because this stuff is rough on my body a little bit. I run the shifter because that's what, you know, I try to showcase that. But you know, if I got to, you know, not show it, then it just is what it is. Now it comes with these beacons, but I can put these beacons on or those. But you see how the texture is gone? It's not on there. I mean, it may come on still. Yep. But that has to do with the clear interior. I mean, it's either yellow or the clear. So more likely the texture to that needs to be fixed. So I'm just gonna go with those, which I like those anyway because they got the little chrome pieces. So like I said, a lot of the original stuff is well and good. I'm gonna make these. Should make them chrome like those. Yeah. Headlights. Now we can go with the standards, or we can go with the Exxons. I think the Exxons look better. Flags. Get her set up for the next runs that we do. Cause I remember I pulled this out before. It's been a couple years, maybe about a year ago, maybe. I think I'm gonna go with the chrome. Am I gonna go with the chrome? I can. Yeah, I'll go with the chrome. Chrome there. Or let me see, chrome. Chrome. And then we're gonna put some covers on here. So this is a Kenworth T610. A lot of people probably never knew this truck that existed. It was an Australian truck. That's what it is all about. I like the tanks. I wonder if the tanks are actually the same, the size of the real actual tanks. I'm not sure or not. Not sure or not. Okay. Whew, wow. My nose itch a little bit. Yeah, once I get things formatted like I want, and I mean that's sort of what took me so long to get the truck right, because I mean I was doing a lot of cleaning and stuff because that truck was filthy. I'm sorry, just so filthy inside. And when it come down to the motor itself, oh, fenders, yes. And go with these heavy duty trims, which is nice. And we're gonna go inside. Let's see, there's something hanging. Okay, polar bear. And we're gonna change the steering a little bit. I think I'm getting hoarse a little bit from all the talking I've done. That's another thing. I'm not ready for that all of that because I already do enough talking already, and to be talking every single day or talking every time I get behind the screen, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I'll be hoarse by the end of the week. All right, let's see. Okay, well, we don't have nothing there. All right, I think this will be it. I think that will be it. Even though this a tall, I'm still an owner operator, so I don't think that this truck is theirs. This is mine. This is my truck. I paid for it. I paid for it. All right. No, I need to fuel up. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna get a nice little picture of this, and then we're gonna cut off from here. Appreciate everybody checking me out. Those that that wanted to cause trouble. Hopefully, y'all get y'all act together, because when it come down to it, you gotta understand that that stuff gets old. All right, catch y'all on the next video. Croc 342 out.